Doesn't need that. Hello everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Black and White. Last time we defeated Sharon and got TM, or rather HM Surf from Champion Alder and made our way into Twist Mountain. This time I actually decided to backtrack a little bit from what we were before. Instead of going the direction I was, I discovered that you actually don't need to go that way. You can quite simply just head up north. Because there's not a whole lot in Twist Mountain that I would say you need. At the very least, there's a couple of big points of interest in terms of just items you can get, but I don't think the vast majority of, well, things you can get in Twist Mountain are all that important, because in some of the other seasons, you can get more or less everything you quote-unquote need that's important just in winter. And I honestly say winter is the best time to do Twist Mountain, because otherwise it's pretty much just a, okay, not a straight pathway, but it's a pretty linear pathway of just go straight and follow the hall you're in, or rather the tunnel you're in, and follow that through the snaking pathways that are the entire mountain. There's not a whole lot of items that are super important that you can get this way. The best items you can get are pretty much exclusively available in winter. There's 2 items that you can, actually, 3 items you can get only in winter, and they are the items you actually want, and one of them is just so much easier to get in winter because you can just head straight on those snow slopes, as you saw. The first item on our to-get list is actually guarded, sort of, by this ace trainer, Jordan. And I say we give Vanillite a couple of you freaking thing. At the very least, we'll get the boosted avalanche chance. But yeah, Twist Mountain, I like the idea of it, but I just think in practice, you're only going to be playing through this thing in winter, or most people will just reset their clock to a winter month, if only to have a much easier time with this dungeon. There's not, again, much to do in here, other than just go grab a couple items. It's a fairly straightforward dungeon, like pretty much every dungeon in Pokemon that's a required story path. There's not a whole lot of branching pathways. It's mostly just you go through all the dungeons. There's a couple of pathways that aren't straightforward where you can go into the offshoots, but they generally are, oh, here's a Stardust, here's another Stardust, or just other not super helpful items. Whereas in winter, you can just go straight for the items you want to get and not have to bother with all the nonsense of buying a crap ton of repels and just walking in what amounts to a functional straight line. I don't hate the dungeon, I just don't like how it's implemented. I do like how you can just completely cheese it in snow, in winter, by just going up that snowdrift and following a pathway I'm going to be directing you to later. But for right now, I want to get the items. I'll start all over again, we still have time. So I beat you and now you're just going back to the start of your journey? That's a bit depressing. But the first thing on our to-get list is TM90 Substitute. Only get this in winter, and I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this TM, but it is one that I will say, competitively, is very good. This is actually the way to get out of the dungeon, but there's a few things I would like to go get. First of all, we have, no, stop going, this little rare candy right here, and over here we have a max potion. Inside this little cave, you can also only reach this little cave from the winter months. You have to be in winter to get access to this place. There is a metal coat. This evolves two Pokemon we do not have access to right now, but it also boosts the power of Steel-type moves by 20%. Pretty helpful considering what Gym Leader type we're going to be facing next, which I do not believe I have mentioned, but it will be very helpful for it. And the last little thing on our list, you don't explicitly need to be in winter to have this be accessible to you. You can get this item at any point. It's just a heck of a lot easier to get it in winter. If you come looking for something in this empty place, like this, you could discover things. Okay, so if you go into an empty place, you might be able to discover things. Good to know. But we have the Icy Rock Chamber, or the Ice Rock Chamber. There's nothing in here we can do yet with this Ice Rock. It's for a Pokemon that we don't have access to right now, thankfully. But there is something we do have access to that is applicable to a Pokemon on our very team, right over here. TM91 Flash Cannon. As you know, I love my Steel types. I love my Steel-type moves. And I also said Steel is going to be very helpful for a coming up area. There we go, Flash Cannon. And I know the perfect Pokemon to learn this. The Living Ice Cream Cone, yes. How can an ice cream cone shoot a beam of light out of it? I have no idea, and I truthfully don't care. I like Mirror Shot as an idea, but the accuracy drop is just too infrequent, and it's also pretty poor accuracy to begin with, so I think we'll be making much better use of a much stronger move in Flash Cannon. There's no hidden items here. That is the only item in this entire room, period. But the Icy Rock, we'll be back to talk about this later. A rock covered with ice. Touching it may make you freeze. But that's pretty much everything of note in this dungeon. There's one other item that's semi of note, and that is a Moonstone you can get access to. But we've had access to Moonstones before, so I don't particularly see that it is super critical. We do, however, have some items over here. I say we get a couple of these items. There's, like most Pokemon dungeons, there are, the Stardust. You're gonna be finding a lot of Stardust in this area, and for an item Maniac we are going to be getting access to quite soon. That does make sense, but because money isn't extremely tight in this game, I don't really think it's required to go out and show all of them, because again, we would just be sitting here for about 30 minutes, seeing me go through straight hallways, not encountering a Pokemon, and just say, here's a Stardust, oh, here's a trainer, here's a Moonstone, and I don't think anyone wants to be seeing any of that. There are a couple of trainers, of course, in here, but they are good for trainer battles, but trainer battles, what's good for trainer battles? They're good for experience, but I wouldn't say you should be hurting too badly, because we are going to have a couple of battles coming up, and I don't really think you want to be running around for hours inside this place. Well, not hours, but it can feel like that, when you can just go by Audino. Pretty strong. But you're only strong because trainers are controlling Pokemon. So if you want to set Pokemon free, if that's what you want, you should start with your own. By taking people's Pokemon by force, it's not right. That's not real strength. Darren is right, you know. Hey, there you are. We found the thing we were looking for. We should be heading out for the tower now. Get the Steam Plasma has obtained the power to change the world, and end people's control over Pokemon. That's right. We must use force in order to right the wrongs of the world. Now, let's gather around our king, our Lord N. And fade it back, because that expensive looking walking animation. Those guys, I don't know what they found, but they got to go the extra mile to gain power and cause trouble. What a bothersome bunch. There you go saying bothersome again. Max, I'm going to stay here for a while. I want to think a little bit about the champion asked me. What I want to do with my power after I get strong, and why do I want to be strong in the first place? Good thing to think about, but I have some things I want to be going over. I was going to say welcome to the city we are in, but we have Professor Juniper, the father, talking to us, and I was talking about Arkin. He's really taking a shine to me. Project is important, but time spent having fun together is also important. I thought, have you heard of Dragon Spiral Tower? Well, they did mention a tower from Team Plasma, so I guess I've heard of it. Really, quite impressive. Okay, sorry, listen, and you're gonna be explaining it anyway. Dragon Spiral is said to be the oldest building in Unova. Stories say it is the place where the legendary Pokemon came to life, or where they remain in a deep slumber. I know that just past Iceris City, but that's all I know about it. Well, you also know that it is a tower, and it is old, and it has something to do with the dragon, and a spiral, possibly. That's all I know, and because no one has ever been inside. So, if no one's been inside, how was it built? Unless, like, the people who built it built a wall and just dropped, and everyone else just dropped or catapulted the materials and then they just starved and died. That sounds pretty gruesome. I do not want to think about that, because apparently there's no entrance then. It's implied that there is no entrance into that tower. My daughter has wanted to investigate that tower for a long time. Wait, there's something I don't know? That's the feeling of pure adventure. And I'm not too old for some adventuring. Anyway, I have to go look at Dragon Spiral Tower. Catch you later. Also, if there's no entrance, could you just, like, airdrop people in from parachutes? Because that might work. But we have some things to go over here. And before we do, I want to go and bring some things up that I know are going to, in particular, tweeze a couple of old-time fans, because, oh, this game is not good because it doesn't have blah 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 X thing. Well, for all of you redacted people, there just so happens to be something like that right up ahead. And where's the mushroom? There's the big mushroom, I knew it. Shroom. There's the mushroom right there. And there's this little house. Alright, time to warm up the pipes. Oh, member of Team Rocket I was, a long time ago. But Team Rocket, bye-bye, a go-go. My region went home. I make new Team Rocket I did, so myself I pledged. But now I married am. Now for Team Rocket there is no time by me. But happy family is big hooray. Yep. For anyone who has ever played Gold, Silver, Crystal, or Heart Gold or Soul Silver, this is that Team Rocket grunt who tried to restart Team Rocket in the Kanto region 3 years after it was defeated. Little timeline thing, but also, I like that something did eventually become him and that he became, presumably, a biker, and under his hat he was bald. I guess Austin Powers was right, and being evil does make you lose your hair. My dad used to have a cool job in a faraway region. I mean, if you count stealing Pokemon from people, cool. Okay. Welcome! Hey, I have a lot of souvenirs on my old Suisse gold characters. I don't mind giving you one. The Rage Candy Bar. I heard that a Rage Candy Bar is a favorite of my Swee's old coworker. The Rage Candy Bar is an interesting item, and one that honestly is used for two things. One, it is used to restore a Pokemon's HP by 20 points. It is a glorified potion. Do not use it for this reason under any circumstances. Because its second function is, remember all of those little statues in front of the Relic Castle in the Desert Resort? It is used to awaken those. And they are all level 35 Darmanitan with Zen mode for the ability. I believe I've already been over Zen mode, and I think I did because I just wanted to use it on my team, and I thought, well, the only way you can get it is post-game, and I forgot about this little house, but it still doesn't change my point in that, look how far we have come just using Darunia on our team. Think of how many fights he just punched through with the sheer power of his flaming biceps of destruction. I really do not think I could have waited that long for this level of power. I think that level of power is worse than this one. So, you can get Zen mode Darmanitan. You can only actually get this in winter because the snow drifts are large enough to walk on, whereas if this is any other season, all the snow is melted. And there are actually some Pokemon we can encounter right now. I'm not going to go over the ones over here because we do have some things I would like to not skip out on because I do want to be a bit better with going over things. Everybody has trips. Everybody has a different reason for their trips. Same can be said for gift giving. I'll give you this to commemorate an encounter with you. TM31 Brick Break. Old lady, you are probably one of my favorite NPCs in any Pokemon game ever. The move Brick Break can remove the protective effects of Reflect and the Light Screen. Hee. Are you surprised? I mean, it looked like that this old lady used to be a battle girl. You know, considering you had a TM for Brick Break, I can actually believe that. But as for Brick Break itself, I'm a big fan of this move. And what a little coincidence, it also happens to be a very good move for a certain upcoming gym. Let's see if any of our esteemed team members can remember. Mogera and Darunia. Ooh, that's fun. You know what? We haven't really used Home Claws. Let's get rid of it. And you know what? Let's just teach it to Darunia. I'm never going to be using Belly Drum on this thing. This isn't the Belly Drum into even more disgustingly overpowered, broken Darmanitan we all know, love, and loathe, but it's pretty close. So we already have a Hammer Arm. The Hammer Arm is 10 more base power. Also considering we get a 30% damage buff from. Does it actually negate the Light Screen and Reflect? I don't know. But I'm not going to use Belly Drum. I know for a fact I'm never going to be using it. I do like pure offense maxing moves like that, but considering I also have Flare Blitz on the thing, use a blink for a sec, I don't really think I would want that. I mean, granted, I would just use Fire Punch anyway, but I don't think I would ever use Brick Break. Or not Brick Break, I would ever use Belly Drum to begin with, because I might like pure offense, but I also know that we're never going to need that sheer level of destructive power, because even by my standards, that is gratuitous amounts of overkill. Our Pokemon to full HP, and there's a couple of other things I would like to go over. One of the other things is, and speaking of TMs, the Technical Machine Corner. This is the Elemental Super Moves. All three of these are 120 power, I believe, in this generation. I know that they nerfed the power of some of these, if not all of them, in later generations. But here, I believe they are still 120 power and either 85 or 70 accuracy for certain ones. Blizzard, Ice-type move in double battles that hits both Pokemon, perfectly accurate in Hailstorm. We actually could have gotten the TM for Hail a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but back in Misthalton City, I forgot to go over that. Thunder. It also has a 10% chance of inflicting freeze. Thunder is pretty much the same move, except it is perfectly accurate in a rainstorm. Very effective at either being used on a rain team or being used against a rain team, because water types are weak to electric, and it is perfectly accurate in rainstorms. 10% chance of paralysis. And Fire Blast. This has no perfect accuracy condition other than no guard or accuracy boosting evasion dropping. It has a 10% chance of inflicting burn and is a 120 power move with 70 accuracy or 85. I don't know the exact stats. I know that these stats of these moves have periodically fluctuated throughout the generations. I want to say this one is 85, not 45, because it does not have a perfect accuracy condition to sort of offset that. But what do I know? I don't really use these moves. And we have this man, ores that I adore. This place where you should laugh. Anyway, I will pay well for rare ores. Not just ores, stones, gems, shards, anything mineral. I love it all. You don't you have an adorable ore that shakes me to my core? I am sorry for all of your ears. But yes, this is the item Maniac I was referring to. who will buy those stones at greatly exceeded prices. He will buy the pearls, all the evolutionary stones, aside from, I believe, if I have one, the leaf stone. I know that we have a leaf stone. I don't think that he buys a leaf stone, and I want to test out. Come on, where the heck are my leaf stone? I know I picked one up, but was that the other game? Or, yeah. Okay, that was the other game I picked up leaf stone. He will not buy leaf stones. He will buy pretty much everything else that is mineral-based. I believe he also will buy the metal coat. I don't think he'll buy the rocky helmet. But yes, the gems, the shards, and the evolutionary stones, and also everstones he will buy. So if you ever want to just go in caves to farm gems for their type boosting effects, he will buy those. He also will buy those Stardusts. That's one of the reasons why I think they have, I think it is 3 sets of 3 Stardust. Like on different floors there are 3 Stardust 3 times. So you have one floor that has 3 Stardust, another floor that has 3 Stardust, and another floor that has 3 Stardust. So you can go there and sell them to this guy. He does buy them for boosted prices. The nuggets, star pieces, comet shards, all of those he will also buy for boosted prices. So if you did have a fighting type back at Challenge Rock, you can just rock smash that thing every day, bring him to this guy, and get a lot of money for it. But I don't really think that you need a whole lot of money, especially in this game, because not a lot of Pokemon are too hard to catch, and you do have a lot of trainer battles you can do. If you've been good about equipping the Amulet Coin in trainer battles, gym leader battles, especially in Elise's gym, you should be pretty swimming in money right now. And I think that we have enough for today. I will see you guys next time where we explore more of the city I forgot to name earlier in the episode, Icirrus City. See you guys next time.